Hello dear students. Today I am going to recite and explain the poem Once Upon a Time written by Gabriel Okara, one of the greatest Nigerian poets. We will try to explore the meanings, explanation and poetic techniques used in the poem Once Upon a Time. Let us have an introduction about the poem. Once Upon a Time is a poem written by Gabriel Okara. The title of the poem suggests nostalgic spirit. The poet recalls the genuine warmth of the people in the past, and this is clear in the repetition of the phrase once upon a time. He cherishes memories of the earlier time when people were friendly and loved one another without any selfish motives. The poem Once Upon a Time, it is a satire on modern life. Dear students, here is the text of this poem Once Upon a Time. In this poem, Gabriel Okara presents a contrast between ancient times and the modern times. Here starts the poem. Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes. But now means in modern times, they only laugh with their teeth while their eyes block cold eyes search behind my shadow. In the very first stanza of the poem, the poet addresses this poem to his son, who is still unaffected by the modern shallow behavior. People used to laugh with their hearts and eyes in the past. In first three lines, he is talking about the people in past. They actually felt glad when they laughed. But social behaviors have changed now in modern times. Social behaviors have changed for the worse now. Now, in present time, people laugh with their teeth. Nothing happens to their hearts. Their eyes did not join their laughter. Their eyes are cold and emotionless like a block of ice. This block of ice is here, it is used as metaphor, and the poet compares metaphorically the eyes of modern man with that of a block of ice. These eyes remain cold and emotionless like a block of ice, as if looking not at the man in front of them but at his shadow. Go. In the second stanza, Okara writes, there was a time indeed they used to shake hands with their hearts, but that has gone, son. Now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hands search my empty pockets. In this stanza, the poet talks about people in past. In past, people shook hands with full of warmth, sincerity and love. But all that is missing in the present day shake hands. People try to become your friends because they know they have you have cash in your pockets. He is talking here about the modern man. Once your pockets are empty, they will never come towards you. Feel at home, come again, they say, and when I come again and feel at home, once, twice, there will be no thrice. For then I find the doors shut on me. This is a very beautiful stanza. In these lines, the speaker gives a further picture of modern social behavior. People often meet and chat. While departing, they politely request each other to visit again. Modern man entertained his guests and asked him to feel at home. He does so once or twice, only after that he stops recognizing you. When the same guest visits for the third time, the doors are closed. Here are these lines. So I have learned many things, son. Again addresses his son. I have learned to wear many faces like dresses. Home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face, with all their confirming smiles, like a fixed portrait smile. In this stanza, the speaker tells his son that he has also learned social snobberies and hypocrisies. He has learned that art of wearing hundreds of faces to suit various occasions. He has learned how to behave politely at home, in the office, with the people in the street, and on the road with his guests, and at the drink party. Cocktail face at the drink party. He has also learned various smiles to be passed at different occasions. He has become a fixed photograph. His smiles are fixed and meaningless. Here the poet uses simile in this line, like a fixed portrait. In this very stanza, Gabriel O'Cara writes, and I have learned too to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. I have also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance, to say glad to meet you without being glad, and to say it has been nice talking to you after being bored. In this stanza, the poet tells that he has also learned to choose pleasant phrases in the conversation. His heart is not there in these catchy words. Here in this stanza, the poet uses double talk. It is a poetic technique. Double talk, which means use of language that has more than one meaning and is intended to hide the truth. This is double talk. Here the poet says that he has learnt all kinds of artificial behavior. Like other people, he bids an affectionate goodbye when in fact he should have said good riddance. Goodbye when he means good riddance. He often beamingly says glad to meet you when in fact he is getting bored, and to say it has been nice talking to you after being bored. He says it has been nice talking to you. In fact, he was not feeling very good or very nice. Social courtesies have been invented for cordial management. But believe me, son, I want to be what I used to be when I was like you. I want to unlearn all these muting things. Most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh, for my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. The poet changes the tone towards the end of the dialogue. He remembers he used to be hearty, smiling, easy and natural like his son in the past. He wants to regain his old self. He urges to be true and sincere as he was in his childhood. These muting and horrible things killed the innocent and sincere man in him. He expresses a strong desire to give up these unnatural practices as they have dehumanized him. He also wants to relearn the things his son knows and he also knew when he was a boy of his age. The poet says, now when he sees his laughter in the mirror, when he sees his laughter in the mirror, he sees only his teeth which don't have warmth and glitter of the joy. They are like the teeth of a snake. It is clearly shown in the line, for my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fang. Here he compares his teeth or his laughter with the poisonous teeth of snake. That is why he has used there, and the poetic technique used here is simile, and it is a technique in which one object or thing is compared with another, always using the words like or as. And in the last 4 lines, the poet writes, so show me, son, how to laugh. Show me how I used to laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you. In the last 4 lines, the poet implores his son to teach him how to smile, how to laugh, and how to be innocent and natural man. The father asks his son to help him rebuild his happy past. It means the poet was not happy with the changes in him with the passage of time. This is a nostalgic poem, and also Gabriel Okara presents a contrast between present and the past times. Hope you have understood the poem. Thank you.